whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around the story.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the MyTarot Morning Reflection, our daily inventory. Angelina, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody who helped out. I've got hopefully everything working now. It seems to, I've tried to break it over the weekend. I've redone the software. So it looks like things are working smooth again after all this time. So I hope everybody had an amazing weekend. Good morning, Maureen. Thank you again. So my weekend was pretty wild. So I had been doing something every weekend. I did Pathways last weekend, which was a big metaphysical event. And this weekend, the goal was to kind of chill out. We went out. We did a bunch of stuff in the morning. We were nonstop. Come home, and I get a message. I get it from Irene Glass at Frederick Cups, which is one of the largest metaphysical organizations on the East Coast. And they were short somebody for an event. And we were not planning on going. So within 2 hours, I had to get dressed for a fairy prom and get all my stuff together and then create a booth. And it was madness. It was wild. It was so fun up there. It was in Frederick, and it was just, you know how sometimes you say, oh, I'm not going to go to something. I don't want to spend the money for the tickets and all. But you end up going. That's one of those things when we read the cards. It's like we don't know what opportunities we're going to see. Good morning, Jenny. So when we do our meditations and things, it's also to open us up to things we might not normally do. We get the pages where they say that we should, can learn something new and things like that. But part of exploring life and part of meditation, whether it's yoga or whatever, is that we're opening ourselves up. We're taking 10 minutes out of our day to remind ourselves to be available for life, for things. So it was an amazing evening. Mina danced all night. I read tarot nonstop. And I just have a lot of gratitude. So what are we doing here, actually? We are doing the MyTarot Morning Reflection, our daily inventory, and chance to check in with the universe. And a reminder to just listen to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean and take a breath. Get ourselves grounded for the day. A reminder about having our feet flat on the floor so that we can go ahead and get ourselves grounded. Chance to maybe have our butt do the kitty dance where we're getting nice and comfortable. Shoulders relaxed so we can take that breath. And a neck. So we have our little light switch, whatever it is that we can develop that says, you know what, it's time to just go to someplace different. Check in with the universe, see if we have any angers or resentments or anything like that. And then maybe if we recognize them during our morning meditations, maybe if something normally would trigger us, maybe, just maybe, we won't react. We'll just take a breath and walk outside. So, look, the camera's working. Oh my goodness. So, so what are we going to do then? We are going to make our 3 stacks. each one a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one's a different thought or idea. And if we believe in the multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because this stack will lead down one path. This conversation will be a totally different path from this one. And so today, it's spring outside. I see some sunlight out there. Let's take the center stack, or what's right at the heart. So I'm going to do hour, 3, and 1. And I'll flip each card over one at a time, like we're reading the pages of a book. And our first card, look at that. Exactly what we were just talking about. Temperance. Temperance is what? You know, I went to Italy, and I would see this card everywhere. And we haven't had this card, actually. I actually went through and saw the cards that we had. I went through the cards that we had for the last 25 days. And the Hermit came up 4 times. That was the big one. And then a bunch of court cards. But we haven't had Temperance in a while. And Temperance is, when I went to Italy, it was, you realize, and I wasn't even really getting that in depth into the tarot at that time. But I just kept seeing this woman on the street corner in the statues pouring water into the wine. And it's just plain and simply what you do when you need to balance things out. You don't want too much or too little. So Temperance is just a reminder of where's the middle. What is the middle ground? What do we need to do to get grounded and just not worry about having too much or too little, but being satisfied with what we have? So that we can what? Prepare for something exciting and new. So when we are not in balance, when we are not in the mode for temperance, our brains are active. Our brains are bouncing. We're looking. We're doing this. We're doing that. We're frantic. We're busy. And then somebody comes up with the Ace of Wands. And wands are our fire, our energy, our passion, our creativity, and aces are seeds. So how many things have we missed out on because we didn't center ourselves in the morning, or because we found ourselves being frantic, or because we found ourselves maybe in a not so good space, depressed or just not feeling well. And somebody comes up with an opportunity that says, Jamie, here's a great event tonight. You will have so much fun, but you have to be there within 2 hours. You have to get everything. And, and again, it was so much fun. But if I was not feeling imbalanced, I might have thought, that is madness. That would be silly to do. What would I even be thinking? So that's our life in general when we're in balance. Are we giving ourselves a chance to grasp the wand when it's presented? Or are we out of balance where we just don't even have the energy? So let's see what the next card is. Judgment. So we have our 2 majors today. As I always explain when doing this, is that the minors are our day-to-day cards. This is a welcome to a Monday. But it's those small things that we do that make a big difference. The majors are the destiny cards and the ones that we pay attention to. So when we have a balance, we're open to something new, then we can look back, because with judgment, who is our worst judge? It's not about something on high judging us. I mean, we can look at this at times as something like a karma card or something like that. But sometimes our worst judge is our own selves. So when the Judgment card pops up, how are we going to reflect back? Because it's about a reflection. Judgment is a reflection of where we came from. And it gives us a chance to realize why it's a cycle. Because with Judgment, we can realize I was not in the space that I needed to be. Or we can realize I was in a good space and this worked out the way it should. So that's kind of Judgment, where it gives us a chance to reflect and to see and learn what we needed to know, particularly for the next time. So I'm going to flip the advice card, which is the 7 of Cups. So, cups are our spirituality, our emotions, and our feelings. When we get to the 7 of Cups, because of the numerology from 1 to 10, we are very close to the 10. We've gone through the aces, which was our idea and our chance to move forward. We've gone through 5s, which are the hills, where 5s are always a challenge. And we go over it in that positive feeling when we feel like we've accomplished something. When we get to 7, 7s are about a chance to reflect. Sometimes with the 7, we may want to go backwards instead of forwards. 7s are, this is one of the least grounded cards in the deck. And that may not be a bad thing, because with the 7s of Cups, we can reflect on the things that we desire, the things that we would like, the things that we want, the things that we don't want. And with the Judgment card, it gives us a chance to assess and evaluate. Did we overreach our I wish I coulda, shoulda, wouldas? Because each one of these cups might be a shoulda, coulda, woulda. Or it could have been, what was I thinking? My head was in the clouds. So today, let's reflect on the balance that we have, and are we available for an opportunity that might present itself today? Because we won't know what the Judgment card reflects until after the fact. So with the 7 of Cups, it's about allowing ourselves to dream, allowing ourselves to get out of our own thoughts, and saying, maybe this is a good idea. So, today, let's find that adventure. Let's be open to something new, and let's see how we feel about it tomorrow. So, with that, take care, everybody. Have that amazingly fantastic day. And I will be back here again tomorrow. Thank you again, everybody who was able to help me out. Like I say, I can't even break it. I tried breaking it all weekend. The camera I was having issues with. And then just with the help of the regulars here, I went ahead and got some new equipment. Thank you all very, very much again. And I'm trying to figure out something special I can do for you guys, because you're amazing. So with that, thank you again. Take care, everybody. Oh, what's that? We have, do not waste your passions in regret or wishful thinking. Be here now. That is wonderful. Oh, good morning there. How are you, Luz? So, take care, everybody, and I will see you all tomorrow.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards.